Hey, good morning. You are live back with the crew. Thanks for being with me again here on the boat. It's a beautiful day. I am in San Diego. This is Coronado Bay. So today we're going to talk about one of my favorite subjects. It's one that I know quite a bit about. 40 years ago now, whatever it is. Wow, time flies, right? I took the Series 7 exam, and many of you who don't know what that is, that's 7 different exams all wrapped into one. It's a 6-hour exam. All stockbrokers have to take it, and it's brutal. It's really a difficult exam. About a third of those 7 categories is something called rules and regulations. And it's very, very precise. It's very black and white. There is no gray area. You do this, you go to jail. You do this, you go to prison. You do that, and you will be publicly humiliated, and your family, and you will go to prison. So that's kind of a background about why I know so much about the rules and the regs, because I see these people on Bloomberg almost every day, or whatever channel, it doesn't matter, I didn't mean to call them out specifically, but I see these brokers and these other people working in this corporate and saying things that should have them in jail. You can't say that. You're not allowed to say the things they say and they get away with. It's amazing to me. But anyway, so when rules and regs come along in an area such as crypto, I say to myself, please no, please don't do that. You're going to ruin crypto. Crypto's not meant to be regulated in the way that most of us think of rules and regulations. I know we all need rules and regulations. Otherwise, we don't really have a free society. You can't have people running around the streets with machetes. I get it. However, every time they regulate, they manipulate. We've gone over that on this channel. To a banker or a Wall Street or politician, the word regulation means they get to form committees, organizations to manipulate it. And that's exactly what they've done. They've manipulated so many different ways that nobody knows what the law is on any of it anymore, because they've broken all of them so many times. Now, I don't mean to throw them all into the bus. I'm just trying to tell you guys, or explain to you guys, that that's not your friend. They are the wolf. You once were a sheep. You are no longer sheepish, if you will. You are becoming a very wise coyote, if you will. We'll go with the coyote angle. Wolf. Can't be a wolf. No, those guys aren't good. So when you're in their game, when you're in the midst of their game and you're playing their game, you think you're doing everything right. And the first thing they'll do is turn on you. That's unfortunately what I believe is happening to the Gemini twins right now. It's sad to see they went in again. They're being dragged through the public mud again, and I think it's going to get worse for them. I hope not, but I really hope not, because I do believe they were trying to do the right thing, which is kind of what I'm talking about here. They're the one exchange that said, okay, Wall Street, we're going to do everything you want us to do. We'll dot every I, we'll cross every T. We are going to comply to all your laws, your rules, your regs. Let us know what the list is. We'll tick it all off, and then we'll be in compliance, and then, we can play together, right? No, see, what you know is the more honest you are, or your company is, the more they will use that against you. I know that sounds really evil and nefarious. However, it's been true so many times that it's sad. I'm not going to make this man out to be a hero. However, Bernie Madoff was not evil. Bernie Madoff was, if you know anything about the whole court case, if you don't, anyway, that story was not what it was put out to be, okay? If he was such a bad guy, why did he go to prison? How come nobody else goes to prison? How come nobody else in the banking system goes to prison? Why do politicians go to prison? Let's ask ourselves this one quick question. I don't know the story really well, but I kind of know parts of it. But there was a couple of men or people that were thrown in jail, and they worked. Well, I know who they worked for before, but they worked at Coinbase, okay? And they were just simple people, right? And they were just brokers, if you will, or exchange people. And they had told some people that they had knowledge that a coin was coming out. Not only were they fined, they were thrown in jail. When somebody's thrown in jail, you know that they weren't on the inside. They didn't either they had the opportunity to be corrupted and didn't take that choice, or they were never given the offer, or they were expendable, if you understand that whole angle. So he gets 10 years in jail and everybody else gets nothing. How is it that Congress can go around and they get insider information and it's a job perk? It's a benefit of being a congressperson or senator. Why do these people why do you and I go to jail and they don't? Let me ask you this. How is it that you think, okay? Whew, boy, I don't want to get in trouble on this one, but I probably will. But how is it you think that the regulations are going to save you? Let me explain. There's nothing more regulated in all of the world than the medical system. Think about that. There's nothing more regulated than JP Morgan and the Medical Association in the US, okay? Yet, what is it, 1,000 drugs a year, I want to say, get recalled because they're poisoning people or killing people, and at one time the FDA regulated them and decided it was safe and it was approved for the public. Yet many people maimed or killed or died or whatever the situation might be, but they regulated it. How did that happen? Right. So let's look into Goldman Sachs just a little bit, or JP Morgan, either one. JP Morgan, right? They've been manipulating precious metals. They just copped to it. They just got fined $1 billion. How is it every time that they create $10 billion in profit for themselves and their fine is $1 billion? Like, how many times are we going to put up with that math? How many times are you going to say to yourself as the lamb, well, we're going to get a class action suit and we're going to get our money back for all of these people? However, in my lifetime, I've never known the fine to equal what they stole. Ever. Not once. It's usually about a third. And how is it that all these years, you can look the numbers up, it's over $50 billion, okay, that JP Morgan has been fined. That means they stole $150 billion from people. And I know it's rough math, but I know we need regulation. Crypto doesn't need regulation. That's why we created, I didn't create anything. That's why crypto was created. To be your own bank, to have open source, to have smart contracts, be the governing body. We don't need a corrupt governing body. They're not, are they corrupt? Yeah, in some ways. But the laws and the rules have been padded. They have lobbyists that have told them they're able to do these things, okay? They've bought the game they play, right? There's nobody in crypto that's got our back. These people are coming after these organizations. They're going to come after our coins. They're going to come after all of it. Because they like to control the chessboard. They don't like playing the game. They like manipulating the game. And they're really good at it. Really, really good at it. They've been doing this for generations. And they're going to do it for more generations if crypto doesn't succeed independently from their system. That's why, in my opinion, you're about to see more and more and more failures with exchanges, with companies, with people with good intent. I urge all of you. I don't want to throw personal people under the bus, but just stop and think about all the people in the mainstream media who want to regulate crypto and ask yourself, does that person appear to be honest to you? Does that person have skin in the game, or are they just sort of like trying to play the man's game? I don't know. I don't know everybody's intent. I know that to be your own bank and to have your own wallet, we don't need any of them. We just simply don't need any of them. That's why the whole thing was created. Anyway, it's so frustrating for me, but this technology is brilliant. You know that. I know that. And we can succeed without them. The little man doesn't need Wall Street. In fact, we need everything but Wall Street. I know a couple of videos ago I said, hey, you should do what they're doing. Yes, you should, because they're going to profit. Don't you want to profit? Of course. Do you want to support their system? No, you're supporting your coin, okay? You're supporting your coin, not their system, right? Their system's going to adopt your coin and they're going to profit from it, and that's why you come along for the ride to the road of prosperity that I think that we're all headed for in this space. You know, when I first heard about crypto and when I first read some white papers, I said to myself, here it is. This is it. This is, excuse the term, holy grail. It was brilliant. I knew it was everything it needed to be. And now, you know how they are. At first they laugh at you, or first they ignore you, then they laugh at you. And then in this case, then they corrupt you, regulate you. It's a sad day for crypto. It's not a great day for crypto, because they're getting deeper and deeper. We don't need them. You and I don't need them. I talk about it all the time. You and I are the Congress. We are the commerce. We are the grease that moves the wheel of the world, and the world doesn't need the people at the top. It simply doesn't. We don't need their rules and regulations and committees and boards and members, and they're skimmers. They skim. And it goes to this council and that committee, and every time it does, they take their cut. And by the time the lawsuit comes back, it's maybe half of what they have taken. If you can tell my frustration, I'm trying to keep this as positive as possible. I hear so many people in crypto, and I know you're scared, and I know you're nervous, and I know you're worried about these things, and there are good people falling under the pressures of all of this. You're in the right place. You're in the right space. You've got the right people around you. Listen to the smart ones. Listen to the wise ones. Listen to the people who are telling you not just what you want to hear. They're educating you. They're teaching you the little nuances of the system in which we all live in. All right. Let's end this on a good note. First of all, you have the right products. I see the comments down below. You guys put them down in there, what your favorite cryptos are. You're in the right products. There's dozens of them. I put a post in my last thing, and some guy's been asking me a million times, come on, you got to tell me what your portfolio is. And I have 40 of them, 30 or 40 of them. I've said that numerous times. excuse me, I'm also part of a group that, you know, looks for, you know, investments to do on top of that. So, and there's so many great projects out there, and guys, you guys have as much knowledge as I do about researching new ones. I know it's a passion for most of you. Keep up the hard work. Know that we're in the right space. They're coming to us. We have the product they're looking for. We knew that years ago. Now the whole world's coming to us, and they're going to try and wolf their way into the pasture, if you will. And we don't need them. Unfortunately, we're going to have to deal with them for years to come. I hope not. I hope things are changing for the better, and I know that they can if you and I want them to be. All right, guys. With that, I'm out. You know, I know there's a tooth fairy. You know how I know that? There was money under my pillow. How do you explain that? Huh? My head was on that pillow all night, and there was money underneath. Explain that to me. Huh? There's your proof. I know the tooth fairy exists.